My name's Tadzio Jodlowski. I'm a programme leader for foundation year at Hollings, or what will now be called STEM in the future. And what I've been doing in the last few years is using podcasts on a regular basis. And I know lecturers have been using these as well. And I've developed the podcast further, and this is what I wanted to discuss. Now I've got some items here which I use in my podcasting. So I have some experience from working at BBC North, for example, before I came to MMU. And if you're driving home, for example, and you're listening to something like the 5 o'clock news or something like that, you'll notice that you're quite interested in what you're listening to. And if you really think about it, it's because the sounds have got a different texture. Some are in the studio, some are outdoors, some are in big rooms, some are in small rooms. So we're talking about a kind of texture of sound that creates a collage within what they call a package in the industry. So using those kind of skills that I picked up in editing at BBC North, I started to think about how can I be more imaginative with the way I record things. So first of all, I don't record in my office and I don't use the microphone. It's on the computer. It's too noisy. The actual effect isn't very good. So I started to use a headset now on a regular basis and find a quiet corner here or at home in my study to record. Then I chose to try and engage the students. So what I did is I put an MMU logo onto this microphone, and then I can go along and actually interview them about the lessons that they're learning, what they think about them. If we're on a visit, for example, to the Manchester United Stadium tour, we do so it's about business and how they use strategy and things like this. You can interview students on the way, or let them become the actual reporter as well. So that this is good. So another way of engaging students as well. I've got used to having one of these in my pocket all the time, a nice digital recorder. So if I get some ideas, if I want to, again, thinking of the texture, how I want the package to sound when it's completed, I might have a few comments recorded when I'm walking through the park, for example, and then in a small room, and then I edit them together on Audacity and make more dimensions within the actual package. And again, the smartphone as well is now so sophisticated as well, you can record things on there. And I've kind of woven it into my daily practice as well, so I'm always on the lookout. What I've done here is I've actually composed a piece of music, and I've added this to the podcast at the beginning as a sort of theme tune as well, just a few seconds of it. So it's just to show that we can add our own creativity to it in some way, to personalise it in some way. So I've got sort of this upbeat sort of melody, and then you can include interviews with people, with professionals or with students. You can have a student who is the reporter. You can record actually in the classroom itself and tell the students it's going to go on to Moodle, for example. So you can pull in all these different aspects and get really creative with what you're doing to engage the students really, and that's the idea.